All right. Our next item is a must-have if you are someone who is doing a lot of do-it-yourself projects around the house. And I'll tell you what, my to-do list grew exponentially during the pandemic because I was just home a whole heck of a lot more. Also, any funds that my wife and I might have used for a vacation somewhere were spent on making remodeling choices on the house. Even if the remodeling was just something as simple as painting a simple room for 20 or 30 bucks. This is the 7-in-1 workbench. It's a workbench, it's a platform. It's also a car caddy. You saw the gentleman on his back being able to slide under a vehicle. It also is one of the most important pieces of equipment around the house that most people don't have, and that's a dolly or a hand truck. And at $164.75, this thing is built like a tank. When it's set up as a hand truck, you can put 330 pounds on it. When you set it up as a workbench, or even as a scaffolding, it will hold 550 pounds with no issues, no worries whatsoever. It is probably one of the most versatile tools to reach for before you reach for any other tool. Nick Antolik is on our Skype lines with us this morning. I have a real quick video that he shot in his front yard a while back. Take a look and then we'll introduce him via Skype.
I absolutely love this workbench. I don't have a shop in my garage, so whenever I have a project to do, this is the surface area that I'm using. But what I love even more is how easily this converts into so many different functions. So from that workbench down to a platform, this is going to support 550 pounds. So whether I'm gardening, painting, even watering, using this to water the flower boxes, inside or outside the home, this is what I use. Now by disengaging the safety locks, pushing this down, and disengaging these wheels, I'm going to be able to put it down really low. What that's great for is if you or anybody that you know is going to be using this for maybe working on a vehicle, or for me, getting down into the crawl space, I'm able to use this, lie down, and get in those really tight places. How I use it most often though, is by converting it into a dolly that's going to be able to support 330 pounds. So taking stuff out to the curb, bringing stuff in from the car, it's super quick and easy. The best part though is that that workbench stores really, really small. So it's lightweight, stays at about 4 inches wide, and now no matter what the project is, this is the tool that's going to get the job done.
Yeah, everything that you said makes great sense. Nick, good morning to you. Real quick, I want to tell the folks at home, today is the first day this month that we made it available at this sale price. Also, you have 4 easy pay payments. Those are going away at the end of the day. Nick, so often when you have an item that does more than one thing, it kind of compromises on how well it does any of them. This is an example of something that does 7 different things and does all of them beautifully well.
Dan, you're absolutely right. And you mentioned it earlier. I don't know about you, but my chore list has gotten really, really long over this time at home. I'm doing so many different projects. And the best thing is I just took the workstation that you saw in the video from out front, now out back. So if I have a project out here, I'm able to bring this with me and get that done. You mentioned it, this is extremely high quality. Things that we don't normally get to show are things like these Irwin clamps that come with the tool. So this piece is gonna come with you so I can use that clamp if I ever need to. But this workbench is completely sturdy. So whether I have space for my tools to go, or if I'm doing that project, I've got everything that I need right here. So I'm gonna put this stuff down on the ground though, and when I have it most of the time out in the back, I'm gonna convert it into that platform. So by simply dropping these legs down, pushing them down there, and doing the same thing on the other side, now this sturdy workbench just converted into that platform.
Yep.
So I can use this as a scaffolding. So things maybe like hanging the Christmas ornaments, or getting up there to clean the windows, or even using this to paint. This one tool is going to do everything for you all at once. So if I'm cleaning the gutters, I've got a tool that can get the job done.
Well, Nick, one of the things that was on my to-do list was painting our guest room. And The problem with the ladder is you have to pick it up and move it and pick it up and move it and pick it up. With this set up as a platform, I've got a much larger area to work with, and I could reach that 8-foot ceiling easily. I love that you're able to hang a can of paint right off the edge. And I'm at the age where I can't risk falling because I don't bounce the way I used to. This keeps me safer and even has a handle on it that you can hold when you're in that standing position, up to 550 pounds. That's impressive. It really is.
Dan, what's so nice about this is you and I brought this in, I believe it was last Christmas, and we said, you know what, this is a perfect thing for that guy on your list, the guy's gift wish, or the lady who's gonna be doing all those house projects. But what we learned is that everybody's bringing them inside the house. So things like hanging Christmas tree ornaments, or like you mentioned, even getting up high to dust. I mean, I showed you that stool earlier. Think about the dangerous things that we're stepping on. This is a 6-foot square foot platform, 6 square foot platform that's gonna hold 550 pounds. But the great thing here is if you don't have the space for all of these separate tools, this is gonna do 7-in-1, all of those things for you at the same time. So if you need a workbench, if you need a space for those projects, even wrapping Christmas tree presents or dropping a cloth over this and having that extra table space, this is one tool that does everything so well.
And it also makes those projects go a little easier. There's a built-in power strip on the end, and that power strip gives you 2 regular plugs. Here's where you plug in, but then also gives you 2 USB ports because, hey, let's face it, you know, nowadays our phone goes with us everywhere. In fact, our phone now becomes our encyclopedia. YouTube is like a university all by itself when you're doing something. But now I can go ahead and use those power tools that I need to use and have them plugged in much closer instead of having to run separate extension cords. It also has things like the instructions right on the side on a printed label, so I don't have to worry about ever forgetting them. The price is wonderful. Today's the first day this month we've made it available at a sale price. The 4 easy pay payments go away at the end of the day. And Nick, as always, I thank you for your friendship and you getting up so early to come in and, well, from Skype and help us out in the program. Thank you.
Dan, it's great to be here, and I'm gonna keep using this all over the house.
Sounds good. We've got a lot more. Pat is standing by with our next item. Pat, what do you have?
Actually, if Nick's running